When you first start to invest, it can rapidly become very frustrating to see your balance account getting destroyed because of the bad decisions that you have made. Well, no worries, today I'll share with you how you can fix this problem by diminishing the different mistakes that you're doing at the beginning when you start to invest. In this video, you'll find what are the 5 biggest mistakes that you should absolutely avoid if you want to be successful in the investing world. The first mistake that you should absolutely avoid when you first start to invest is to be emotional. In life, we are often encouraged to talk about our emotions. It can be with our partner or even at work. But on that side, the investing world can be pretty ruthless and brutal towards you if you're getting too much emotional. Overconfidence bias is the disease that many people currently have. This comes from the fact that people tend to overestimate their abilities. And as you can see, the millennials are well represented in that category. The problem with that is that thinking that you're better than anyone will fuel your risk decisions. And this eventually could lead to some massive losses. But it can also be the other way as well. While being overconfident and thinking that your portfolio value will always increase is one option, well, the other options, if you're a little bit too anxious, is that you let the fear guide what are your actions. And this isn't really better than greed because this could make you lose some potential great opportunities. Another symptom of the new investors is also the famous buy high, sell low. It means that the investors will tend to buy when the market is super high, but they will sell when something will not go as well as predicted. But in fact, it has actually been proven in the past that holding your positions when you are in tumultuous times will actually give you some better results on the long term compared to panic sell. And this leads us to the second mistakes that you need to avoid when you first start to invest, which is to not understand in what you are investing. At first, this looks like a pretty normal concept because in general in the life when you have a problem, for example with your toilet, you will not try to fix it without knowing how to do it. Well, the same applies to the stock market. Sometimes people are getting influenced by their friends that are telling them to buy this and this stocks, which is actually leading them to buy different companies that they don't even know what is their business model. However, even the world's greatest investors, which is Warren Buffett, has said and has warned people to not invest in business that they don't understand. He actually said that one of the main reasons why people were losing a lot of money when they are investing is that they are investing in businesses that they don't even understand. Just take a look at what happened with the AMC and GameStop saga in January 2021. A few people were telling a lot of different people and a big public to invest massively in those stocks, so basically they can be able to pump the value of those companies. Unfortunately, after a couple of weeks, we've seen that the value of those companies have been able to skyrocket, but soon after, those companies' values have also been decreasing massively. And this is what we call a pump and dump. But on your side, if you're telling me that you're not a big fan of stock picking because you don't like to analyze different companies and you don't have the time for it, well, no worries. In that case, there are plenty of different investment vehicles that you can take. And this leads us to the third mistake that you need to avoid when you first start to invest, which is to not have any kind of diversification. You've probably already heard of the famous quote, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket." Let's take the famous crypto for example. If on your side you decided to follow the momentum of the 2020 and 2021 crypto market, so at the beginning of January you've decided to invest all your life savings in the Bitcoin, well, unfortunately, you would have lost over 50% of your total value only from that action. Just take a look at the example of the Dogecoin millionaire that has lost almost everything because of that. However, what you could have done is to combine the crypto with the stock market. And since the stock market has been down of only about 17% compared to about 60% for the crypto market, well, you could understand that you would have lost way less money compared to only investing in one place. The big advantage, obviously, as you can understand from the diversification, is to reduce the risk of your overall portfolio. But the diversification doesn't only apply to the stock market and the crypto market, but it can also apply to the real estate market, where you could decide also to add, for example, some different properties to all your different assets, especially knowing that the real estate is considered as a perfect hedge against the inflation. It means that during those high inflation times and with a potential recession, you would kind of be protected from that. But keep in mind that if you decide to go on that path, the debt that you will pay, so the mortgage that you will have to pay, will actually be highly impacted by the interest rates. But at the same time, just like some dividend income, your tenant's income will be pretty interesting because you will receive some monthly income from it. And another great way for you, for example, to diversify yourself could be to create your own business. So you see, there are plenty of different ways that you can have some great diversification in your overall portfolio. And a great rule of thumb that I personally apply to my stock market portfolio is to try to follow the 5 to 10% maximum allocation rule. So it makes that my overall stock market portfolio is well diversified. But as I told you earlier, if you're not a big fan of stock picking, it could be a great idea for you to buy different exchange trade funds known as ETFs. Those are basically a big basket of multiple companies in the form of stocks or even in the form of bonds that you acquire. And the great advantage of it is that just like trading stocks, if you wanted to buy an ETF, you would only have to buy one ticker. And as Warren Buffett would say, the best strategy for most people is to invest in an ETF tracking the S&P 500. So you can decide just to buy the entire market, for example, with an ETF that would track it. Now that you know that you need to keep your cool when you start to invest and that you need to understand what you are buying, but that you also need to not only buy one thing, you might be wondering, hey, but Louis, when should I start to invest? Well, in fact, there is no such things as a perfect entry point because no one can see in the future. And this leads us to the fourth mistake that you need to avoid when you start to invest, which is to try to time the market. As a beginner investor, it can be interesting to try to find what is the perfect moment to start investing, but in fact, it is just like if I was telling you what is the best moment to start going to the gym. My answer would be to start right now or as soon as you can to be able to see some results. As you can see with this simulation of between 2001 and 2020, timing the market perfectly would be obviously the best solution where you could have the biggest gains, but since you can understand that it's pretty much impossible to do that, well, the second and the third option would be to start investing immediately. The third option would be to do some DCA or dollar cost averaging, which means that when the market is going down, you're just buying your position so you can have an average price that is lower. Add to this, a 1986 study named The Determinants of Portfolio Performance has shared that on average 94% of the variation of returns over time was explained by the investment policy decision. So as you can understand, the assets that you choose, so the asset allocation, is far more important compared to the time where you're entering the market. And this is leading us to my fifth and last mistake that many people are doing, especially when you start to invest, which is to lack of patience. Patience is an ability that not everyone has, but that everyone can work on. As a long-term investor, I am always working to invest for the long period because I know that the average market, as I told you earlier, is averaging about 11% per year. But a perfect example to illustrate the get-rich-quick scheme is the day trader example. Often those people that are practicing the day trading are people that want to get rich quick with the stock market, but in fact they think that they can predict what will happen in a near future. And when I talk about a near future, it's about the couple of minutes that will follow. And this is pretty hard to do because even knowing the fact that many of these people are professionals that have studied a lot different courses and that have read many different books, well, there are only a few of them that are able to succeed. A recent study in 2022 have shared that during that year, only about 1% of all the day traders have been able to be consistently profitable. So you can see that no one can really predict the future with a great percentage of success. And it's why for the average people, what is the best option for you is to invest but for the long term. Especially if you remember what was the second mistake. Usually when you invest in a certain company or in a certain ETF, you already know what is the business model of it. So you've already made all your research on it. Now it's only about being able to learn how to be patient and to set yourself some great and some realistic expectations, especially for both your time horizon but also for your potential growth. As you've been able to see in that video, there are plenty of mistakes that can hold you back from your true potential as an investor. So make sure that you keep those mistakes in mind when you invest. But on your side, if you want to understand how you can save up way more money without having to make big sacrifices to be able to invest it, check out the video. It's going to be right over here. And if you like personal finance, make sure to join the No So family, by subscribing to the channel for only $0.0, and I will see you soon. Peace!